And out to northeast Nigeria, Vice President Kashim Shettima arrived in Maiduguri, Borno state capital on Friday to commission projects and mark the 100th day in office of Governor Babangana Umaru Zulum. The Vice President was welcomed by the Governor, the Minister of Humanitarian and Poverty Alleviation, the Theatre Commander of Operation Harinkai, and other top government officials. Now, the Vice President says President Bola Tinubu has approved the construction of 1,000 houses in Sokoto, Kebbi, Katsina, Zamfara, Kaduna, Niger, and Benue State as part of a broad plan by the federal government to address the conflict in the north. A News Center's Umaru Kirawa joins us from Borno State for more on this. Can you hear me, Kimara?
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you.
Okay, good. Now, can you highlight for us some of the key developments project the Vice President recently commissioned in Borno State, and how do they contribute to the region's recovery and reconstruction efforts after so many years of insurgency?
Yes, you rightly said, the Borno State and communities within the shores of the lecture have seen a very difficult time, very turbulent time. But the Vice President, his arrival signaled a lot of things for the people of Borno State, particularly with the inauguration of major projects executed by the governor, Professor Babagana Umaru Zulum. And some of these projects include mega schools at Shuaritu, including an ultra-modern clinic, as well as underpass bridge at custom area near the Gamboru market. Others include schools at Al-Kadambi in Maiduguri, and a lot of projects out of the projects that Governor Babagana Umaru Zulum has executed in his first 100 days as he continues with the administration for the second time.
Kirawa, let's talk about specific strategies and initiatives the government plan to implement, for instance, to ensure sustainable development and long-term stability in Northeast region, particularly in Borno State.
Well, first and foremost, the government of Borno State must be commended because even the United Nations Secretary General was here. He appreciated the effort of the government for coming up with 25-year strategic development framework, a 10-year development plan, and of course, 10 years plan of the governor, which encompasses the reconstruction, rehabilitation, stabilization efforts, and so on and so forth. This, if properly and effectively put into action, which the government is taking cue from the plan, it will certainly go a long way in stabilizing not only Borno, but the region, because Borno State is one of the strategic states located within 3 different countries of Chad, Niger, and Cameroon. So the peace in Borno is peace to these communities within the Lake Chad. And this strategic plan encompasses a lot of things, which includes human capital development, sustainable environment, and a lot of things which we believe if the government will continue with what it's doing, sustainable development is achievable and peace and stability of the region will be realized. By and large, there are a lot of issues that need to be nipped in the bud. For example, the increasing number of repentant insurgents, Boko Haram fighters who are voluntarily surrendering to the Nigerian government, the IDPs, and of course, the large number of refugees in Chad, Niger, and Cameroon. So there is a lot of humanitarian crisis, but with the renewed effort and vigor of the government, we believe if a lot is put into action, peace and stability is realizable in the region.
Now, addressing security concerns is crucial for development. We all know that. But how does the government plan to ensure safety and security of residents and investment in that region as part of its development efforts?
Well, that is a very great question. Thank you so much for that question. And the most important thing that we need to understand that war cannot be solved with fighting alone. And the government has deployed the use of what is called non-kinetic approach, the use of persuasive means to encourage fighters, the Boko Haram fighters, ISWAP fighters, to leave their arms and embrace peace. The government has put a lot of mechanisms of empowering the people, empowering civilian JTF, empowering victims of the humanitarian crisis, but a lot needs to be done. And talking about the entirety of the security, particularly of the Northeast, it might interest you to know that Northeast Governors Forum meeting will be held today. The governors of the Northeast are here in Maiduguri. They are right now at the multipurpose hall of the government house. They are flagging off the Northeast Development Commission palliative, which is seen as a short-time solution to the problem, of course, occasioned by the fuel subsidy removal, which the people are still battling, but these food items are seen as avenue to cushion some of their immediate needs, which the government, we believe they will sit and then strategically look at some of the teaching problems disturbing the Northeast, which is not limited to pandemic poverty, and so on and so forth, which we believe after their sitting, they will come up with a strategic effort that will go a long way in addressing the security concerns. But by and large, security is greatly improving in the Northeast. People now sleep with their two eyes closed, and farmers go to their farms, and that is a plus to food security.
All right, thank you so much for that reportage, Umaru Kirawa, correspondent there in Borno.